And after a nervy wait, Wales held on to reach their first World Cup final since 1958.
The Dragon has roared! Wales are going to the World Cup after 64 years. The long wait is finally over. Qatar, here they come!
Amazing. You know, the boys work hard. It's a big commitment. They're away for a month, away from their families, and to put that much commitment into it, you know, the reward at the end is there for them. And to celebrate that with the supporters, and you see the players go over and get their kids, and it's just an unbelievable occasion as well, isn't it? It's great to see, and yeah, things like this will stay with you forever. This is the best moment of my footballing career, without doubt.
What? I've been after one of these for ages. They're like gold dust, trust me.
For Wales, for these fans, and these fans, when they travel big, they travel in numbers and they act appropriately. So for them to be in Qatar and enjoying seeing their team, you know, it's just brilliant. For everyone in Wales coming and watching and supporting this, and something now to look forward to. And this is what we wanted to do years ago. When we sat down with Gareth Bale, we said we want to qualify for multiple tournaments, and that's what we're doing now.
Huge amount of credit has to go to Robert Page and his coaching staff. Came into the job in difficult circumstances, to be fair, but you know, he's progressed the team on, he's kept us going, we've qualified for major tournaments.
You know what? Wales are going to the World Cup. We're a nation of 3 million people and we deserve it.
Absolutely amazing, the best. Yeah. We've qualified!
Wales, 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 Wales.
Phenomenal. From watching them in Indian Park 15 years ago with 2,000 fans, it's absolutely unbelievable. Speechless.
Speechless. Speechless.
You're off to the World Cup.
I can't stop crying. I cannot stop crying.
Were you nervous?
Viva Gareth Bale! Viva Gareth Bale!
It was amazing. I mean, Gareth Bale, absolutely amazing. Yeah. Captain. We haven't been in the World Cup for 64 years, so to be back in the World Cup has been amazing.
And I'm sure Wales fans will have been getting their diaries out and filling in the key dates. Their first World Cup group game in 64 years. That'll be on November the 21st against USA. 4 days later, it's Iran. And then comes the big one, Wales against England on November the 29th. The big question ahead of yesterday's game was, would we see Gareth Bale at the World Cup? Now we know the answer. His future very much in the balance prior to the game, but he says he'll hang around just a bit longer now that they have qualified.
Yesterday you said, ask me if this is the greatest game of my life after the match. Is it? Was that the greatest game of your life?
Yeah, the result is the greatest game. It's the greatest result in history. So in the history of Welsh football. So yeah, we're also starting. The fans, you can see everyone's delight, and we're going to the World Cup.
Can we categorically say we're postponing your retirement for a little while?
For a little bit.
I would imagine he'll have lots of offers. You know, he'll want to keep himself sharp. He'll want to keep himself involved, playing. We don't know. There's been rumours that he might play for his hometown club, which is Cardiff City, who play in the Championship. I would imagine that, you know, that might just sway him, possibly because of his love for Wales and his love for Cardiff and his hometown, and his family, I believe, are still there, and everything else, his parents. And so, you know, my guess is as good as yours. As I said, he'll have many, many options. He can still perform at the very, very highest level.
Well, last night, the Wales manager, Rob Page, paid tribute to the work that Gary Speed did as Wales manager before he sadly passed away in 2011. Wales striker Helen Ward says a lot of credit should go down to him.
Oh, huge amount of credit. He's the guy that started this whole process off. He's the guy that got these players wanting to represent their country. You know, in years gone by, you perhaps had a feeling that maybe playing for Wales wasn't a priority for some of the best players, but that's certainly not the case now, and you could argue it's completely flipped on its head, and I think Gary Speed started that. It's just such a shame that he's not here to see the fruits of his labour, because it's down to him. And everything that's followed on was started at that point when he was in charge. And yeah, he should be given an awful lot of credit for this, and I hope it's not forgotten.
I have to say, he started all this, you know, revolution off, if you like. Changed a lot of things when he came in. got the players playing in a certain way, got them training in a certain way, brought in that advanced coaching, things that they use nowadays, sports science. He used what he could to enhance the team and better the conditions and everything else that we trained in and these type of things. So Gary deserves huge credit. I'm sure he's up there looking down and very proud of the players.
Well, with the ongoing situation in their country, you have to spare a thought for Ukraine. Their players understandably looking heartbroken at full time after missing out on the World Cup.
First of all, I would like to say massive thanks for the support which we received during all this time. I think that it is not necessary to speak about the game because every one of us, we gave everything today. We left everything on the pitch. And I wish all the best for the Wales, for the World Cup. Long time they didn't been there, and everyone needs to live in peace. And we need to stop the war altogether because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Maybe today is Ukraine, but tomorrow Russian aggression can be with your country. So that's why we need to be united and we need to be together.